Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Late Late Show. I am your host, Jeff Driver, and welcome back. This is our second week on the show, and we're so excited to be here today. This was actually, thank you very much. So, this is our second week on air, and we were actually going to do week two of President's Week, where we have some of the candidates come back and respond to the episodes from last week's show. So the studio has called out to a lot of the candidates, and none of them have gotten back to us so far. We do actually have one special guest today who is a candidate and may be talking a little bit about last week's episode. However, nobody else really got back to us, so we won't be doing week two of President's Week. We will just start doing the regular show that was planned out and that we've got ready for you. So, if all of you could please welcome to the stage tonight our special guest star. Please welcome to the stage, everybody, Colt Luka. Hello, Colt Luka, everybody. Hello, how are you doing, Colt?
I'm good. How are you? It's been a while since I've been in Stickman.
So, Colt Luka, it's been a crazy couple of months. We've got all the candidates. Freedom McCarthy, actually, who is leading in the polls. He's been pumping out campaign videos like crazy. Not a lot of candidates have been, but we definitely expected you to, and you were actually the second runner-up. Tell us a little bit about something. Where have you been for the past month or so?
You see, I've been in other countries. I've been helping grief prevention. I've been around a lot. I've been helping other people. There's been a lot of things going on.
Absolutely. It's awesome. It's awesome to hear that from you, and I definitely think that somebody like you who is out there helping out other countries, I think that's definitely somebody that we should have leading this country. So how was that? How was helping the other places? Did you meet new friends? Have new
Oh, it was amazing.
experiences? That's awesome. That's fantastic.
It
Last
was the
week,
greatest experience of my life.
that is awesome, and I'm sure you've actually helped a lot of people, and you've given them great experiences too. Last week we had one of the candidates who actually dropped out of the race, but his name was Jay Vallon. He was an attorney. He still is, but we did a segment specifically on you. Did you see that episode?
I was watching a little bit of it, but then, you know, I had to go. Since I was in a different country, I had to go do something. I had something scheduled.
Oh.
I was watching it live.
Oh, so you're just back then?
Then I had to go. Yeah,
Wow, you must be jet lagged.
I just got back yesterday.
Oh wow, good for you. So then the little bit that you did see on last week's show, give us some of your opinions. Give us what you thought about that.
Yesterday I was trying to watch it, but I couldn't. But like on the part of the episode that I did see, I heard that crayons, when you were asking them like with the colors of that are in a crayon box, and with what you would say with all the candidates, why
Okay.
chose a color for them.
And
And it was basically like, that's he chose gray for me and said I was boring. That was not what.
and obviously you're not really boring
I
because you've
expect.
been out in other countries helping other people and pretty much making a difference in the world. And if you ask me, that is not boring.
Yeah, it felt good.
That's amazing.
Walking around the city and walking around all the cities and all the places I've been and seeing my face on all the newspapers talking about me helping out and being a big difference. It's something that I didn't expect to ever happen.
Well, I'm
And
really
then have
glad.
somebody come out and tell me that I'm boring is not. It's not what I'd like to hear.
That's kind of like a soldier coming back from war and being told that he's not a hero. Kind of like that, isn't it?
Yes.
So tell
Yeah,
us, how does it
that's
feel
how it
to be
feels like.
back in the city of Stickmon?
Oh, it feels good walking. It's like I don't even remember everything about the city. I lost my way to my house last night. I was probably because I was so tired last night. I forgot the way to my house.
Well, so now that you're back
Yeah.
in Stickmon, what do you have planned next? Do you have more campaigns happening? Are you gonna
Uh,
start some rallies? What do you have
oh yeah.
planned? What's in the near future that we can expect from
I
you?
You can expect me to be out there and be making a difference like I did with the other countries, making a difference here, and and trying my best to do what I can for, for this country and hopefully become president here.
Well, you know what? We all appreciate that, and I also hope you become president. I was actually, my wife and I, we were going to vote Freedom McCarthy, but after having Jay Ballon on the show and telling us some of the things about him, we weren't sure. So now we're really leaning more towards you. So just tell us a little bit of something. Actually, you
Thank you.
know what? I think I've actually got the book. I want to do this activity with you. So I want to do all the activities I did with Jay Valen with you. Do you mind if I just list the name and you tell me the fruit or color or whatever?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I like the crayon box one, so we're gonna do that one. So I'm going to read down the names and you tell me the color from the crayon box you would choose for them and why. Okay?
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with you, Colt Luka. What would you your name's spelled wrong on this paper, by the way. What color would you be and why?
Uh, Jeez, there's a lot of colors out there, but I would say I'm orange.
Okay, okay. And why do you think orange?
Orange, orange is a color for energizing and being out there, being known, and like making a difference.
Great, you are all about making a difference, and I think that if you got elected into office, you would definitely make a difference from this country, and I really hope that you
Yeah, I
do.
would.
Okay, let's move on to the next name. We've got Reese Hinson.
I can't say much about him. I I don't know him that much. He seems like a good guy,
So then,
but I don't
what
know
color
enough
would
about
you
him.
choose then, seeing how you don't know much about him?
I would choose probably black because it's more anonymous and secretive to me because
You
I
know
don't know him.
what? That's a good answer. I thought you would say white, because it's like, just like a blank kind of thing, but that's interesting you say that. Here's a big one, and be careful what you say, because I know a lot of people will just, I don't know. But Freedom McCarthy, what color and why?
Choose red
And why red?
because red is a fearless color,
Okay, okay,
and
that's...
it's a strength color. It's means it shows no backing down. I mean, he's about no backing down, but he's gonna be a good candidate. He's a really good candidate against me. It's definitely down between me and him.
Okay, okay, the audience seems to agree with that. Next is Tyler Proishek.
Ooh, blue.
And why blue?
It's, not to sound rude, but it's kind of sad that he's still running. He has a lot of stuff to do, and he's trying to put time into this.
What do you mean
And
by
I
that?
don't see that he has enough time for this.
What do you mean?
He's focused on. He has a lot of stuff to do. See, he's been building a lot of things. He's been around a lot everywhere. He's seems very very busy every time I walk past him.
Okay,
He's trying
okay.
to get somewhere. He's trying to do something.
So, what do you think that means for him and candidacy?
He's kind of tied up with it. You know, he can't really do much because he's busy doing things. He's
I
busy
think it's
with
very
the
interesting you say
courthouse.
that.
He's it, it,
Okay. Next, we
yeah.
have Sam McFarland.
Oh, he's been gone for a while.
He has been, and we don't know where he's been at. Hopefully we'll have him on the show one day and he'll explain that. But
I
you
would
did know
say
him pretty well. You guys were
wait for
friends for
him.
a while.
Yeah, we have been. Yeah, me and him had a little debate between me and him trying to be president. He told me to drop out, and then we had a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I don't really want to discuss. But
So then what colour would you choose for him then?
I would go white for him.
And why white?
He's in a blank page right now.
Okay.
He's nowhere to be found. He could be gone, so we don't know what's going on with him.
Okay. Well, Jay
we find
Vallon
him.
has dropped out of the election of the race. However, did you
Mhm.
still want to do him, or should we skip him?
That's up to you, Jeff.
Well, I don't know if maybe you wanted to bite back after what he said about you, so it's your choice if you want to do him still or not.
No, I'm not a guy about biting back at people.
Okay, well then, that wraps up this segment. So, let's talk more about you. Tell us, if you get elected into office, what do you plan on doing for this city? I want to know finances, tax plans, military, everything. What do you plan on doing? What is, not in the city, for the state and the country around it?
For this country, we have a lot of unemployed people and a lot of people bouncing back and forth between a lot of companies and not being able to keep their job.
And you actually,
I wanna
because you
praise-
own Sharp Industries, you're very good at employing people. I think a lot of people have actually noticed,
Yes.
like if someone's in need of a job, you're definitely a good person to go to.
Of course,
And you
know,
pay decent salaries.
it's about that. For me, I pay more attention to the lower people. If you're rich and stuff, don't come bother talking to me because I know you're in good solid with the job. I want to help out the people that are in low profit and that are living out in the streets that don't have anywhere to live. I want to help them get enough money so that they can get somewhere.
I think that's fantastic. But here's a question that I'm actually going to bring up from last week's show when we had Valen on the show talking on your segment. He mentioned how you do a lot of buildings, you undercharge for them, and you actually pay your employees decent wages, decent salaries. A question that's been brought up: how are you getting this money if you're not even paying full cost for everything that you have to pay off in the end? How do you have this money to just give out?
I've been here a while, I've been doing things before I've been known. Before I had this company, I was working for SMT. Where
So
construction,
basically,
I was being the
you're
maintenance. I
paying
was
out of
fixing
your
up
own
things.
pocket.
I didn't even have anywhere to live till 2 months after I've been here.
Wow. So really,
I understand how people are that just are homeless. I help. It's what I want to do. I want to get them back. I want them to be where I'm at. I want them to be feeling how I am.
I think that's
I want them
fantastic.
being able to wake up in the mornings and go take a shower and go to the bathroom and do what they need to.
I think that's
Able to-
amazing. But so basically then you're paying all of your employees out of your own pocket. You have to sustain yourself. You build your building out of your own pocket. Like this is all self-funded by you.
Yeah, I used to have a company bank account, but I closed it because there was no point because who's gonna maintain it?
Well, what if I
And-
told you that the producers here at SMNBC are going to donate $2,578 to the Sharp Industries Corporation to hopefully get you started again and help you out even more.
Thank you. That means a lot, honestly.
Absolutely,
I could
and
just see that money going where it actually needs to be instead of my own company.
well, we're really happy, but um, it's $2,000 really, and it's not gonna last forever. So you'll have to start charging fairly because you can't fall behind. Because if you fail, if your company fails, all your employees they have to find new work. And like I said, you got a good paying job. You're fair to your employees. You work with the law. You are the most least corrupt person in this city, and you definitely deserve a lot. And you gotta stick in there.
Yeah,
So don't let people take advantage of you. Is what I'm saying here.
yeah, I know. I run background checks on some of the people I hire, so I don't hire the wrong people. I don't want to hire people that are just gonna rob from me and steal from me and make sure that I fall down as a company, because I don't want that to happen to my other employees. I want to make sure that my other employees get the money that they deserve.
Well, that's good. Here's a question that may come up in debate, and it's not being asked to very many people. We know Jay Vallen's answer if he was still running. So the question is, if you get elected into office, what's going to happen to your business? Now, if this was Jay Vallen, he would hand his business over to McFarland. If this was Freedom McCarthy, we don't know what he would do with all of his businesses. So our question is to you, because you're self-owned and operated. What would you do with with Sharp Industries and your employees? Who would that go to if you got into office? Who would take care of that while you're away?
It's a little of a tough one. That's You see, I don't have a co-owner with me. I'm the only one that runs it.
But don't you have
It's a
family
little
or
tough.
anyone you can trust that you just give it to? That's definitely something a candidate would have to think about.
Um, somebody I've been putting into consideration would be Golly. He's been my most trusted friend since I came here.
Gollywog actually was on the Freedom Show, and I remember him. I was watching the Freedom Show, and he mentioned something about how he was really good friends with you and that he lives with you. And is that true?
Yeah, we live together.
Well, another question I've got for you is let's talk about Sharp Industries right now. What projects have you currently undertaking right now? What have you got going on in Sharp Industries, or do you have
Uh,
anything?
right now, I'm trying to get the rights to rebuild what happened to Chinatown. It,
That's been actually a big controversy in politics lately. Um, like a vast majority of people, a lot of people want Chinatown rebuilt. However, the government doesn't seem to have the money to rebuild it, and they think if they did, it would just be a waste of money because it is South Stickmon. South Stickmon's a ghetto area, and they want to put that money towards something of more use, like the University of Stickmon or the police department, get
that's
that going
understandable.
again, or even Gollywood because we want to start bringing in tourists and stuff like that. So, and like a lot of people, like half of the people are saying, like, let's. Chinatown was really the heart of Stickmon at one point. That's where all the industries were, like, companies thrived there,
A lot of
people
people's
lived
companies are
there.
still there.
But now, true, but a vast majority of those companies are moving into the metropolitan or different areas of South Stickmon.
You see, my company is based in Chinatown. That's where our headquarters are.
Well, your headquarters
And
actually never really were. It was just outside of Chinatown, wasn't it? Your brewery, where your
it
brewery is right now, outside of Chinatown, that
it
used
was
to
originally
be.
right outside of Chinatown,
Yeah.
but I
Oh,
recently moved it in Chinatown.
really?
Yeah,
Well, good for you. It's nice that you want to bring Chinatown back to life again and do something with that.
bring it back to its former glory.
Fantastic. Um, Here's a question. I just want to jump back a bit. When you were out in other countries serving the other people, helping them, what happened to Sharp Industries while you were away? Who was taking care of that for you?
To be honest, nobody was,
So what happened to all
which
your
was very
employees?
unfortunate. Never laid them off, so next time I see them, I'll talk to them. I'll I'll pay them for what they deserve for while I was gone.
Okay. Now, jumping back to what we were just talking about, you operating in Chinatown, it's funny you say that because a lot of people, even the ones that like grew up in Chinatown, the ones in the Metropolitan, South Stickmon, every company that I know of, including SMNBC, I mean, look where we are right now. Every company seems to want to move into Gollywood. Gollywood seems to be the land of milk and honey to all of these big corporation owners. But you seem to be very stuck in South Stickmon. Not even stuck, you're choosing to be there. You don't even live near South Stickmon. You live way out in Retirement
No,
Bay,
I
which is
don't.
closer to Gollywood. So you have something in South Stickmon, don't you?
South Stigmon is where I could find the most help and where I can help the most people.
You know what? Once again,
You see,
that's definitely, absolutely. Once again, that's just another thing you've said just so perfectly. Um, I'm surprised. Let's talk about YouTube polls actually, because I'm very surprised that you're not. Well, actually, I'm not, because you're second runner up. Um, but let's talk about YouTube polls. Do you think it's fair that Freedom McCarthy is first in? Like the front runner? Do you think that's? Do you think there's something weird there? Do you think it's normal? Like, what do you think?
honestly, I'm glad it's between me and him right now. But at the moment, I kind of wish I was ahead of him instead of him ahead of me.
Well, do you think he's a threat to you?
That's just the normal competitiveness, though. But it's from what I hear, he wants to do some quote unquote good things, but I don't see the good things he wants to do.
What things were those?
Where he with it's been a while with him wanting to. Isn't it that he wants to raise the taxes pretty high or something like that? I can't remember. It's
He
been a while
does
since
want
I've.
to do that, yes, but every candidate has to do that otherwise. The current tax rate, last month was at 12%, 12.5 for income tax. Now it's actually being bumped up to, I believe, 30%. And if it doesn't go up anymore, the country's not going to do very well. And as I was saying earlier about the Stickmon University, they are looking for some government funding, and the government can't even afford $2,000 a month to help out construction because taxes are so low. So hopefully whoever gets into office, they need to really focus on income tax, property tax, sales tax. We as the people, not that I like paying taxes, but we need to start paying taxes. Otherwise, the whole economy is going to sink, and that means there's no place for us. So it's very important that taxes do get raised. Tell me your opinions on this.
Honestly, with my company, I'm tax free. I don't take any taxes out of my employees'
But
paychecks because they worked hard for that money.
it's federal law.
Like I do, like I've taken like max $5 out of each paycheck, but if it's like a $50 paycheck, I'll take five out. But I normally try to pay taxes out of my own pocket because I don't want
Oh,
to take
so
the
you
money away
pay
from
full.
my
Oh, I see
employees
what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Good for you.
because my employees work too hard and they put themselves in danger to make the money that they make, and I don't find it right for them to get that money taken away from them.
Why are your employees putting themselves in danger?
For some of the projects that we do the skyscrapers. They put themselves in high danger, and plus, you never know that a wall can fall in any time that we have no control under.
But don't you put in do you follow state codes and building codes and
Yes, we do.
stuff like that? So you would be putting some, you would be putting the proper supports in and everything, right? And you use safe
Yes, we do.
scaffolding for your, okay. Um,
We do. It's just you know, just you never. It's the things that we don't have control under,
okay.
like weather and things falling. We don't have control under that.
Okay. I want to talk about Freedom McCarthy really quickly. So some allegations are coming up about him, and I just want to know how you feel about all of them. So, um, there's some words saying that Freedom McCarthy is a rapist, suicidal maniac, and
Oh,
also
really?
a terrorist. Now, Freedom McCarthy and SMNBC has the footage of this, which will be posted later on either tonight or tomorrow, or even sooner than that. But basically, one of the things is Freedom McCarthy apologizing for the rape claim. So apparently, he made a joke about raping a woman and like leading her into an alley, hitting her over the head with a bit of wood, throwing her into a dumpster. And I don't know what kind of joke this is, but he has admitted to that joke and saying it in confidence to a friend. And after it got leaked out, he made an apology video for it, which I'm sure we all appreciate. Tell me how you feel about that.
That's honestly kind of sad. That's you don't want somebody running for president that has that allegations on them.
And speaking of allegations as well, um, these cannot be confirmed allegations, yet the Stickmon Criminal Intelligence Agency, national and global, they are digging deeper into this matter that I'm about to bring up to you. Um, Freedom McCarthy, a part of the Tunnel Snakes, which is a terrorist organization that was responsible for the Chinatown bombings. They were saying
Yeah,
that he started the group a few months before the attacks,
that is true.
and that he was. Is that true? Did he really do that?
It is.
And how do you know this?
I remember I overheard a conversation with him and whoever the other person was that was part of the Tunnel Snakes.
Royce Frickleton, I think you're thinking of.
Yes, I was walking down the street to go to my business, to just go to my tower to go do some paperwork, and I overheard a conversation,
So are you telling me
and
that?
I reported it. It's
So are you telling me in full confidence and truth, Freedom McCarthy has was responsible, solely responsible for creating a terrorist group that just damaged the South Stickmon society and destroyed all those buildings and companies. Are you honestly saying that Freedom McCarthy, the presidential frontrunner, created that terrorist group?
yes, I am.
Um, that's that is wow. That really turns my stomach, and I don't know how that's going to affect him in the race.
I'm surprised
Unfortunately,
this hasn't brought up sooner, Jeff.
absolutely. I know that Jay Valen tried to bring this up a few times. It will probably come up in debates. I'm not sure. Um, let's talk about Royce Frickleton now. Um, what about him? What do you think? Tell me what you think about him, the man responsible for the Chinatown bombings.
You see, me and him used to be good friends, and then kind of drifted apart. As you know, we've both been busy, and then
Well, tell us
one
what you think
day
about his actions though, against South
his
Stickmore.
actions, it's completely unacceptable.
Absolutely.
It's not something that this city needs. We don't need people acting like that.
Now, there's actually something that I know that I really want to just talk about with you right now. However, I'm not even supposed to know about this, and I was told not to talk about it just yet. But you can definitely, in the media, expect to hear more about Royce Frickleton. Let's move on to a happier note. Um, it's summertime. It is almost summertime, and that means
Yeah.
that Stickmon Day is coming up in about a month or so. If you've been to the YouTube and you've seen the very first video ever posted, that is talks a lot about the event that's happening. Do you know anything about what I'm talking about?
You see, I really don't know about it, but
That's
it's
okay. Because this will be the second time Stickmon does this. Anyway, what it is, it's pretty much a celebration of Stickmon. So it's a night full of partying, um, feasting with family, whatever. Just it's a night, it's a day and night of fun. There will be fireworks. There will be so much things happening. So this is you just finding out about it. Do you plan on doing anything that day? Maybe a special rally,
oh
special
yeah.
event, stay with family. What do you plan on doing on Stickmon Day?
I'm gonna come to Gollywood and throw a party here for everybody. Free food, free drinks. Everybody's welcome.
Okay, okay. I am excited for that. You can expect to see me there. So, Mr. Luca, we are almost out of time. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up the show?
Don't be afraid to chase what you want to do.
You know what? I
You
couldn't
want to
have said
go.
that better myself.
You want to go build skyscrapers. Go find a way to go build skyscrapers. If you want to go be the head, the chief police officer, like go try to do that. Work hard for it. But you can't get anywhere without working hard. It's all about that. No matter where you're
Absolutely.
at, you're homeless, living on the streets, living under a bridge. You can change yourself, turn that around in the blink of an eye by working hard.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a message from our presidential, actually, second. He is second in the race, and basically, his message to you is work hard and you will succeed. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been watching The Late Late Show. I was with my special guest, Colt Luka. Please tune in tomorrow night to see what we've got going on in the studio, and drive safely, everybody. Thanks for coming out.